guys, Captain David Garza, owner of Code Red Charters, here in Port Mansfield, Texas. Another beautiful day. Quick recap of what we did yesterday. Of course, you got a little information from me yesterday, midday. You got some information from Captain Wayne. So yesterday what we did was we battled some big winds. Water temperatures were close to the 90s and a lot of grass. At the end of the day, we were pretty successful. Catching and releasing over 50 fish. That includes a lot of trout and some redfish. The key to that was keeping our baits, our paddle tails, mid-water column. That helped keep the bait clean, and which allowed for a successful fish bite. So we put another good game plan together today. We're gonna maybe just shy off of it a little bit, maybe try to catch a little more redfish. We'll see how it goes. Wish us luck.
All right, so we're at our first spot. It is now 9 o'clock. We've been here for at least 2 hours solid. It was slow. We knew the fish were here, and now we've got 3 people hooked up. It's just finally starting to unfold. The bait was active. We had some good blow-ups. They were slapping at it. Almost everybody throwing on topwater was having hits and half-hearted strikes. So we knew the fish were here. We just needed them to start eating, and now it's 9 o'clock now, 2 hours later. A little longer than I like to stay in a spot, but Captain Dave said, let's give it a little longer, and then things started to unfold. We've had some trout up to 3 pounds, a couple of small redfish, but just a lot. Now things are starting to happen. Still a lot of small fish, but a lot of bites. So people are staying engaged. It's more engaging now, actually, because we're having action. So we're going to give it a little longer here and see how long it'll hold, and then consider moving or adjusting like 100 yards like we do, and maybe move back about a quarter mile and do it again. We're fishing kind of some chalky water, and we have one guy way out in clear water. I don't think he's doing quite as well as the guys that are in this chalky stuff. The guys that are doing the best are right on the line from the clear to the chalky, maybe 15-20 feet inside the chalky stuff. So kind of figuring it out, and looking like the day's going to be pretty good. We'll continue on.
Dave, we're at our second stop. We got to our first wade at about probably 7 o'clock, 7:15, somewhere in there. We stuck to the plan. We're fishing at about maybe thigh deep water. Water temperatures are a lot colder now. Most of us are throwing paddle tails, some of us are throwing top water. All been successful. We don't have too much floating grass, which makes it easier to keep these baits clean. I think probably in our first wade, we probably caught and released over 30 fish. We're gonna stick to the plan, and hopefully we can catch a nice redfish and hopefully some big trout like we did yesterday. I know this morning I didn't mention, but out of those fish that we caught and released yesterday, one of our guys was fortunate enough to catch and release a 6-pound trout, which is great. So of course that's always the target, and everybody wants a big fish. So we're gonna keep grinding it out, and hopefully we can catch some good ones.
Big one that got away. Don't mind the color. Custom. Howdy folks, Captain Dave here, Wayne Davis. We're closing out a trip, our 2-day trip with, we had 6 guys. They came in from the Houston area. This is the middle of the summer. It's super hot, it's super windy. We had to work color changes as you saw in the video and worked a little bit of bird action. We basically looked for bait.
Yeah, the good thing for us is we're able to put a good plan together, knowing what we're going to go up against. These winds have been pretty heavy the past couple days. We tried to focus on, maybe waist deep water. We knew we were going to have some floating grass. We knew the part of that was going to be keeping our baits clean and sticking to the plan. And we had to grind it out. Yesterday we dealt with close to 90-degree water temperatures. Fortunately enough, today we're in the mid 80s, maybe the lower 80s. So that helped out a lot. We're able to produce a lot of good fish in the past few days, all which were caught and released.
Yeah, we did. We've been catching and releasing the last couple of days with this group. Like Dave was saying, we had floating grass, hot bluebird sky days, as you can see, hot water temperatures. We concentrated on bait. When the wind really picked up, we got some bird action working, and we're working some color changes. Semi-boggy water, or boggy bottom rather, and this is what it's like, what we're dealing with in the middle of July and August. It's just hot summer, June, July, August. It's hot. It's hotter than normal this particular time of the year than it was last year, and it's summertime fishing. This is what you get. You get the occasional kicker fish, like we got one over 6 pounds. Get some good redfish, get a lot of dink trout, which is a good sign, by the way, that we're seeing some dink trout that we're seeing. We caught a 70-80 trout yesterday alone. Yeah. Today was a little bit slower, but nonetheless, a great day on the water. Helps that you have a good partner in crime to help work trips with you, bounce things off of each other. All of our pro team does that, and it makes for a successful trip for the folks that you're fishing with.
Yeah, and it's helpful to have, you know, clients like we've got today that were willing to deal with what kind of, you know, fishing conditions we're dealing with, you know, some of the boggy stuff. But at the end of the day, we had their support. They grinded it out, and we were able to do really good the past few days, you know, considering the conditions we were in. So overall, it was a great 2 days of fishing with a great group of guys. Best part of it, we caught a lot of fish and everything was released.
Yep.
So that's a big plus for us.
Yep. So stay tuned for the next video coming out on the K Wigglers Fishing channel, YouTube channel, and good job. Thanks a lot.